What do we think?
What do we think?
All right, not this time. I'm thinking, you know, Pangolier has a counter. I think EG also spent probably like 20% of their time between the games to think about the draft, 80% of the time how to counter that question mark. Because it's a mental warfare out there.
Looking good. You thought to taste the
I'm very excited to see it. I'm very happy that we're getting to see an RTZ PA. I think this is going to be one of those carry heroes that either just is explosive, pops off, and carries the whole game on his back, or he's going to look very underwhelming. So a lot of focus on whether RTZ is going to have an amazing game, or if maybe that question mark is going to tilt him off his sort of game. Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, getting ourselves ready for this fourth game now. 2-1 at the moment. EG still with the advantage here in this best of 5. And Lacoste, now I've got to ask, if you're getting question marked, are you playing better the next game, or does it get to you?
There needs to be some kind of response. You know, you need to have a strat prepared for this, because you cannot let this not be punched. Like, you need to punish the question mark in the old chat. You need to start tipping. Like, if Emo gets killed, I expect all 5 tips, you know, just straight going onto him.
Let's see what sort of game Emo can have. We saw last time Emo had a really good start, had a tough mid-game, where a few over-aggressive moves did hurt him, and then obviously was able to pick it back up in the late game, level 25. And overall, what sort of jumps out to you as being necessarily strong, weak from both of these drafts?
IG, they have like a good laning stage, you know, Troll, pretty much he always finds a farm, goes back to jungle, farms that Battle Fury. Emo on Ember Spirit has been really impressive. Like, whenever you have Ember Spirit, you need to have something that deals the tower damage. JT on the bottom lane, on a Bloodseeker. We've seen what Bloodseeker can do. Either position 4 Pangolier or the position 1 Phantom Assassin. Like, it just kind of cripples your RTZ. Played the exact same matchup. I believe it was the first game. And, like, you can't blink. Like, you blink, you take the damage, it's gonna be hard. Also, JT should have a relatively good time on the bottom lane. Playing into Phantom Assassin, there isn't just not enough damage to threaten a kill. I would say on a Bloodseeker, he has 6 armor, starting with the magic stick. One thing they need to do is block the big camp. Just Kaka needs to body block the big camp, and so Fly can get the big creep.
Ollie nearly gets taken out there. This is for the fire. Salve there is crit. Get aggressive onto him. But right, got to be careful. Kaka, especially when they hit level 2, they're going to have good setup to hold either Fly or RTZ in the blood right.
Yeah, that's what you want to have. Whenever the Bloodseeker is picked, you want to have some kind of slow, some kind of stun to pair it up with the blood right, keep them inside.
Yeah, he's going in the mid lane, pretty even so far in the early levels. You know, Arbed very comfortable now into the Storm with the amount of games that we go for it in the draft.
He's just eating up. You know, these were just practices, and this is the game that matters.
Where are you going?
Oh, Bloodseeker. Pop the stick charges. RTZ turns his attention over towards Kaka. The blood right's down. RTZ's got to come stop with the Hex. He's going to catch RTZ inside of the blood right. JT and Kaka are going to dive to finish off the kill. They'll get first blood for IG as they take down RTZ. Stuns back up for Kaka, who looked to Fly. He's getting both of them there. Fly down to the last couple of tangos. Does have a salve coming out. Smart moves there from IG. They bait RTZ in.
Bloodseeker is so tanky, like you could see him holding on to the Fairy Fire, comes back in, Magic Stick, gets some heal from the turret. It's a lot of damage, you know, because there was a fight going on, they could not block the camp, so Fly will take over the big creep.
Oh, sweet!
Now they need to be careful. Having Hellbear Smasher with that clap, it's a lot of damage. It's a 150 damage.
Big crit. Coming in for that extra bit of damage onto Emo. Emo's got the Fairy Fire, but can he get one more hit? And he can't. Emo's going to be fine. Still has 2 tangos to keep himself in the lane.
Next day.
Okay, here we come. Tips, bit of a voice lines used. This is a standard Fred move from position 4 whenever he has any kind of slow, any kind of stun. He hides and then TPs to the mid lane, leaves some solo XP to Ice.
Yes, it gives him the opportunity to sell XP. Is he actually going to live here, Ice? Not quite. Fly, just enough damage there to take him out.
Yeah, that's Orb of Phantom actually making the difference. You know, just holding him a bit closer to them so they can deal the damage.
No.
See him mid. Getting fully back with them. Mid does have a salve. Yeah, multiple mangoes and clarities coming out from the mid lane. That 4-minute power rune going to be incredibly important here between these two spirits. What sort of moves are made to secure that for each side's mid. Bottom lane, despite that kill and the pressure being put onto Arteezy, his farm still looking solid. 16-5 against the 13-4 of JT. Gonna look to try and chase down Kaka here.
They're making a move online. Already used pretty much everything they had. Blood right.
Side turn it. Set up for the Blood Bright. He's gonna go down. He get the kill. JT won't be able to finish off Fly.
This was an easy one. Kaka just kind of handles this kill to them. Runes, Emo bottled DD. Abed needs to be a bit more careful. That double damage on the Ember Spirit, like also rotation from line could possibly come onto the mid lane.
Prepare for a lesson.
Job by side. Grab the three-way, also able to get. Fly's courier there. Hands. Fly, try for maybe another move down bottom with the center. Like a beat down onto JT. With the Blood Right. Fly will still be caught in it, so we continue to commit on to JT.
Wait up.
A lot of flow, 100 move speed.
Control here with the stun of the center, but the stick charges are up and the TP's coming in as well. Arteezy's got to be careful. Emo making the moves over, and he has that meaty room to go, holding him in the Blood Right. Arteezy trying to run, he's going to be able to jump out in time. He is over to the safety of Fly. IG, they'll continue running down. They will manage to take his courier, so that's the one gone for a minute. Emo's going to have another catch. Still closing in on Arteezy, chasing him away from the lane. Arteezy needs help.
He wants to blink out once again. 2 blinks. He lost a lot of CS, but this so did JT. But JT realizes, you know, I'm not gonna chase. I do not have boots of speed. Instead, I'll come back to the lane and some extra levels. Also, I want to see another point in the Blood Right. He went for 2 points in Thirst. And it got nerfed. You know, this spell was so OP mid lane.
They're going in onto Arbed. CT coming in. Arbed, he may just be able to turn a takedown. Ollie poked the Verify, but Emo's chasing down, burning him. It's not enough though. So Arbed will live, and now Emo underneath the tower. Fly's going to be able to turn and pressure Emo. Most of the bottle charges, salving up as well.
He's out of mana. Does not have enough for a spear. Oh, that was so close. Like if that connects, he's just straight up dead. So slow for more of Venom damage might just be enough. Top rune, haste. Emo, his bottle will get refilled.
Yeah, but grab that haste though. It's Arbed.
Haste!
To have that. That is definitely full to me made. But now,
Dire's top tower is about to fall.
Speed to get around some jungle camps. Just head back to base. Get that reset for some sort of TP gang, because level 6 has been hit. Arbed can look to make an impact on the side lanes if there's an opportunity.
Fly is very low on the top lane, needs 1 CS to be level 6. Let's see where he decides to... Top is being pinged out.
Ha! Here I am!
Move on a mid. He just uses Remnant, gets back to safety.
Nothing good happen.
Arteezy not getting too much out of the bottom lane.
He's had to spend quite a bit of time moving away after Emo came in and chased him away from this. Arteezy having a bit of a slower start. Pressure from IG, and now IG getting some damage done to the tower. Arteezy still left on his own on this bottom, as Fly has to keep you over towards the mid, get the bottom refill for Arbed.
Yes!
But continue to play into the faces of Ollie and Fly.
And now they need to help Arteezy. He's level 5 with 7 minutes in. Doesn't have too much CS, like Dead Prophet has more CS than Arteezy right now. It's kind of worrying, so they need to gank his lane.
See if Arbed can get the jump in. It's Kaka. To start things with the stun onto Arteezy, but IG, they are relatively aware of this. They'll try and lead in, but the Hex and the Blood Right laid down will stop them from being able to close the gap onto JT. This might stop them from getting Kaka now. Arbed's going to look to die. He's able to dodge the stun, gets in on top of him. He'll be able to free up the space for Arteezy on this bottom lane a little bit more now.
Even though there was a good Hex into silence, they still get the kill on position 5. They wanted to kill Bloodseeker there, because he is, you know, he's... more farm than Arteezy at this point. Like, he has 14 denies, 32 CS.
See the jump from Arbed and Fly, random back to the mid, but crits around and picked up the arcane rune. Emo up to the high ground, and the TP coming in from Kaka to stop EG from diving with the 3 of them.
Seems like the story of this major for the mid laners is refill the bottle. Like, whoever can die, whoever can go to base, just please refill my bottle so I can keep playing aggressively.
And in Secret's case, it's oops, I shouldn't have picked up that bottle. A lot of bottle shenanigans around the mid lane have occurred this tournament.
Yeah, no one lost their bottle in this game. That's what's important. That Prophet is level 6.
Dire's
They can start
Carrier
putting
has
some
been
pressure on
killed.
the top tower because Troll does not want to be in the lane anymore.
No.
Someone else needs to be there. I'm not sure if they can defend. Like, one thing they can do is possibly
Radiant's
rotate
bottom
another
tower
hero
is
to the
under
bottom and just outnumber them in pressure. And that's exactly what the Fly does.
Dire's
Like,
top
he wants to
tower
get a
has
trade
some
from it.
radiant shape problems.
On top lane, space is
Dire
there
just
for
fortified.
Size to commit with the ghost.
If you're
This
looking
tier
for
1 will be
Radiant's
taken
bottom
down by
tower,
EG. No defense from IG.
Dire's
They
top
look to just
tower is
try and
under
find space to farm Firefly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it will
Dire's
be
top
a
tower
trade.
has some radiant
Bottom
shape
tower
problems.
dropping very low.
Dire's top tower
They
has
know no
fallen.
one is there. Defending, JT going for a road of ATOS, which I really
Did
like,
Radiant's
against
bottom
Phantom
tower
Assassin,
just
against the
fall?
Storm Spirit, and Ahmed. Good setup for Blood right
Getting a
now.
little bit baited here. Spartan's able to step up and turn things with a hex to the stun. They lock down Arbed. Arbed, a very aggressive move there as he starts to punch into Emo, but Emo's got backup.
Emo also needs to
Dire's
be
top
careful
tower
about
is
using
under
those tips straight away. Need to save some for the mid and late game.
Tip management, a very, very important level of resource management in Dota 2. Games like this where quite a bit's on the line, major grand finals. Gotta make sure you're ready to hit your enemy when it happens.
I'm looking at the chat right now. A lot of question marks. Seems like they're not. Chat does not know what we're talking about. We need to explain things. Because
It's a very confusing game, Dota 2, so I think it's the natural response from the viewers.
They're like, what is this? What's happening? Like, everything needs to be explained. No one knows anything. 2021, what a year to be in.
Big crit. He's gonna roll, he's gonna TP for the blood. Ooh, he has to stop it. He has to stop it to stop the
Yeah, you
bleed.
just die. Like, if you try to TP out at these early levels when you're not tanky enough, you just straight up die.
Stupendous!
Radiant's
Making
middle
some
tower
good
is
space
under
to push in on the mid here with JT.
Dire structures are
That
fortified.
road of ATOS first. Ollie,
Radiant just
level
fortified.
5. Try and find this Phoenix 6
Radiant's
if they
middle tower
can.
is under attack.
Bottom Fly getting some good spaces. Health coming out. Perseverance done. On the way to the Battle Fury and still
Dire's
sitting
top
at the
tower
top
has
spot.
some radiant shape
Yeah,
problems.
well, RTZ also making steps towards his. Picked up the broadsword.
Yeah, you want to get, as a Phantom Assassin, you did not pick up Ring of Health. In the laning stage, you really don't need it for the jungle, pretty much. Especially if you find something like a Royal Jelly, then you have enough regeneration. So just get more damage, you're going to get more farm because of the damage. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you can see here, you know, Emo does not want to use his tip there, so Kaka steps in like a real bro.
Their tips spread nice and even. There's no telling how long this game could go. With both teams having a Battle Fury carry, this could step up to be one of the longer ones. Coming in very aggressively here. Arbit's going to be able to set things up. Silence from my side, not quite there in time. Emo's able to just escape.
If they connect with that silence, roll, and another roll bounce, I think they have enough damage to bring him down. They also have enchant, so they can dispel his flame guard, which is a pretty big deal.
Dire with the scan.
After JT, they're out on the hunt. This smoke, seeing if they can maybe find Arteezy. Crit again, just trying to get in position to put a stop to these sort of moves, but it's a good long wraparound from IG.
And look what Kaka is doing. He's saving the tome. Does not want to use it to show on the board. You know, maybe they use the tome. He's still level 5, so he does not want to show that he, you know, have that finger in a team fight.
Right? They're going to be able to get the setup on a fly, caught in the blood bright fly. Team it up. And IG don't chase it down, take out the Enchantress. With that, they'll have the space to push down this tier 1.
And now, because he got that XP,
Radiant
Kaka
wants their middle
hands
tower.
over books to Phoenix, who
It's
kind of
not
needs a
every
bit
day
more
you
XP.
see
That they're
Radiant's
stacking
middle
the books.
tower.
This is what I've noticed throughout this series. Like, Phoenix will not use this book. He'll try to get level 6 and give it to someone else if it's needed.
Yeah, it's sort of just being used as,
Yeah, it's
as
like
an emergency.
yeah, exactly. IG's library. But you need to return the book. Otherwise, police gonna get you.
Yeah, fine's gonna be. Fury progress, fly, sword away. It's easy. Not enough to pick up his claymore. Very close still
Jax
between the
thinks
two of
Radiant's
them.
bottom
A
tower
little
is
bit of a
about
lead
to
for
fall.
fly.
He's
Woke up
wrong.
from each. Get aggressive with the Rolling Thunder and the lead in from Arbed. Good ways to start the fights. JT is pushing out on this bottom lane alone. So if they can punish this, is JT. Around a little too long, as here we have it. The lead in from Arbed. Sets up a quick to perfectly get the Rolling Thunder. There'll be no chance for a turnaround from JT. Smoke
Jax
pays
thinks
off.
Radiant's bottom
They're gonna be
tower is
laid down.
about
In front of Atos, it's gonna be a pretty good deal. Straight setup for the Blood Right once again. Ice and side.
that middle
Bit of a
tower.
more like team fight oriented build. These are like 2 points in silence, 2 points in Crypt Sword. But he's still keeping at the top 3 networks, which is pretty impressive.
This extended silence is going to be ever so more effective against Emo as well. When you see the Javelin, you know that it's not going to have a straight up Yule's run. You're going to have that extra window where there won't be any counter plays.
Now over here!
Now bottom, fly. He's going to find an Arbed that's got no mana. An Arbed with no chance of an escape. Fly
you
is
a
able to put the
storm
ult,
was
take him
coming.
down.
No tips whatsoever, so they're just keeping it. You know, they feel maybe Abed's gonna die multiple times, and this is gonna get the Troll Warlord to his Battle Fury, a bit of a delayed Battle Fury, but you know, it's an Orb of Mana, Magic Wand, Phase Boost Battle Fury 15 minutes in, it's still fine. Phantom Assassin just needs another 800 gold to finish off hers.
No messing around from Emo and his build. After the Maelstrom, going straight into the BKB. Won't have to deal with the direct Orchid of Arbed, the silence of Ice.
BKB is just a much safer choice, where like you don't care about pretty much any of the abilities other than the Exorcism.
Meanwhile, Arbed, he's got to be careful. The Rod of Atos done on JT. IG have some pretty phenomenal setup.
And once you get a BKB on Ember Spirit,
Radiants are
your
scanning
flame
for
guard
enemies.
cannot be purged off by Enchantress. Smoke from IG.
It's been scanned out though. EG, a little moves being made upon them.
Yes!
Careful how they stand around this position with no tier 1 tower backing them up. Ice, still stepping over into this. They're going to be able to find the setup. Fingers getting shot down into the Blood Right. A little burst, pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to withstand the damage from all these others. Also has no escape. IG, despite the fact that EG scan it out, they knew something was coming. They weren't able to react or get away in time as they still lose too.
Like they tried to pull themselves a bit more towards the north. That Prophet can potentially, you know, tank all that damage. She's super tanky. Like look at all these small items on Ice's size. Power Treads and Strength, Wand, Casual Urn, Casual Medallion. Like he does not have enough items for everything. Just wants to use the Raindrop. Going in for the BKB.
Yeah, look at this damage here. Arbed's got to run. He's going to chase him with a
Oh, what'd
Remnant.
I
See if
miss?
he's got enough mana. He hasn't got another Remnant to play with, so Arbed will manage to get out, but a lot of damage being done there. I think Emo pretty much got 2 back-to-back Maelstrom procs off on him.
A bit of a different game for Abed. Like they managed to shut him down in game 3. Also in game 4, he's not having that good of a time. It's gonna be like 17, 18-minute Orchid.
Definitely seems as the games go on in this series, with the amount of times they've had to play against Arbed Storm, each and every time
They
I'm
play
getting
better.
a little better at dealing with it.
And it's a huge difference when your carry is like when you compare 2 Battle Fury carries. Like once get Battle Fury, let's say 2 minutes before, like his items just skyrocket.
Lifelike 1.5k ahead of RTZ right now. And arguably, it's a little easier for Fly to fight us this time as a troll compared to what RTZ is going to need on the PA before he can really turn up and be confident that IG aren't going to handle him completely.
Another smoke from IG, no scan this time around for EG.
Dire are
Orchid
scanning
is
for
done.
enemies.
Tired. Now they connect with the scan.
Size has got to be careful here.
So EG should know something is up. You see this kind of a scan, no one showing on the lane. You pretty much know there's smoke.
Actually, they could look to Roche with Trop. If they catch a kill off this is Kaka. He's got the opening onto Arteezy. Arteezy needs help and keeps it now. They're going to have the magical damage. Holy the book by Arteezy comes to the side. Arteezy getting low. He's backing away. Arteezy will remain alive for now, but over the side. Lifelines on top of Ice Ice Ice. Supernova going off. Ice 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 will fall.
Dire's top tower
Ice
is
Ice
under
giving away his life for Arteezy. Uses a nice silence. Silences the Bloodseeker so he can't use Rupture on him. And as you said, like they're going inside the pit. They have enough damage coming up to control, but they need to be a bit more careful. That Prophet will be out. No exorcism whatsoever. Let's see if Hobbit Storm wants to jump in. Silence online. Going to the lane.
He's coming very close. They're going to turn. They're going to change the route. Setting up onto Arben. Arben heads the finger comes out. Arben's gone. The dagger from Arteezy will bring down Kaka. There's a 1-for-1. But IG still with the strength to push back EG away from the pit.
Rolling Thunder is available.
Can they get for any sort of steal? Crit. He's going to try and start something off.
Good Rolling Thunder.
He's going to get a perfect angle off the three of them. Arteezy jumping in the break. They're bringing the draw down. They're going to take down. Fly for the Rolling Thunder. Bounces over to Emo. Emo jumps out.
Arteezy gets it.
Arteezy's able to pick up the Aegis. JT's got to run, but he can't. And Fly will take him down. EG with a perfect fight around the pit as Crit gets the exact time to jump.
Man, he just got to that Rolling Thunder off cooldown, goes in, like, it does not get better than this. He goes in, gets the multiple, bounces off the walls, Arteezy goes in, gets the last hit. Who got the Roche kill?
It was EG as well.
Yeah, it was EG.
EG got it all.
Dire's middle
They get the
tower is
kill,
under
they
attack.
get the Aegis, and the timing there from Crit. Could have been more perfect. The IG were trying to finish it off, trying to come in, but the Rolling Thunder just creating a huge problem for them in this area, as they have nothing item-wise to deal with that.
Dire's middle
They have
Yeah,
tower
there
is
are
under
no
attack.
BKBs yet, so I believe Bloodseeker needs to use that Rupture on him in the team fights. We've seen what he can do. Enchantress getting caught could be an easy one.
I have to use Rupture to guarantee it there. Now with the Aegis on Arteezy, he's going to be at the point where 500 gold, Desolator's going to be done on top of the Battle Fury, and usually in this sort of a game with that amount of disable, you're probably going to look to try and farm out the BKB, but now because he's got the Aegis, EG could look to get aggressive already with just the Deso and the Battle Fury.
Yeah, you can skip. You can afford to skip the BKB here. If he does not have a bottom lane, Storm is going to zip out. JP not fast enough to use the Word of Atos.
Regeneration.
Next fight could be very scary for IG. Aegis Deso coming out on Arteezy. The Regeneration Rune actually will already be popped. See that being safe, but timing out anyway. EG, they're looking to go. They're smoking up, they're heading over.
Dire's top
The
tower
outposts,
has some
of course, still in their
radiant
control, so Arteezy can TP over to get involved. Might not be, as they'll get a very quick and easy kill onto Ollie. Over into the trees, they're looking for JT, they've found it. Can't get enough banner to close the gap. Quick in with a follow-up. EG, they'll have to kill the two of them.
They're gonna get the kill to Storm Spirit. Rupture used. Once he respawns, he will have another Rupture. So it's all good. Just trying to make something happen. Gives them a charge on a magic one. That's the bad side of it. So Deso done on Phantom Assassin. Now they can start playing aggressively. They still have 2.5 minutes on that Aegis. Phantom Assassin just, oh, and the double damage, because why not?
Oh boy.
Level 15 on top of that as well, so Blink, cast range, Phantom Strike.
Here come the
Dire
crits.
don't look too scared of Radiant's top
They
tower.
better, that you
Look at
gotta
Dire's
watch
bottom
out. A
tower,
stray
Jax.
dagger here from Arteezy could
Dire
just
just
take
for
your head off.
Radiant's top tower
You better
is
hide
under
it.
attack.
Icy's coming up. Fly and Emo stepping forward. Remaining hidden in the shadows. We're having to be over towards the mid lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's spoken. Like, if he gets the crit, he's probably gonna try to jump, fly,
Dire's middle tower been
gets the last hit on the tower, just too much damage coming out from Arteezy. Definitely did not expect that.
With that play around the pit, Arteezy very much closing the gap between himself and Fly's Troll.
Dire are scanning for
And
enemies.
they know where EG is. EG likes to hold the high ground, especially when they have another hero that can like control the vision, like a Lycan or a Beastmaster. Arteezy still trying to see what he can do with the dagger. You know, check how much damage when he uses a crit. Emo a bit too tanky to just get bursted down immediately, but the supports are very vulnerable.
Still hunting for a target. Fly, the ward top. They know that the rest of IG did start to back off towards the base, so these two, separate from the rest of the team.
Good reaction time from Kaka. Jumps away from the Blink Dagger, Dagger from Phantom Assassin. Look at the armor on Bloodseeker. He has 34 armor when he's sitting next to tier 2 tower, has a Dragon Scale, has an Armor Talon, Phase Boots, and this hero has a lot of starting armor to work with. They're waiting for 2 BKBs. One on Emo, which is done, one on Troll, which will be done in the next 30 seconds. Aegis will run out to 20.
Let's roll in there, we get just turn around, the Phoenix mention there's no supernova, only got it over the wall, the Bloodseeker, Arteezy close to the gap, they're trying to get the Bloodseeker out of it, Emo come in for the BKB, and the crit's coming out from Arteezy, Emo's got to be careful, he's still alive, crit's gonna live, a big ship from it, they come flying across the map, over towards JT, he's gonna look towards Emo, he's got the BKB, where's up the Emo, he's gonna start the finger, and fires down Ahmed, Ahmed the ball, the JT, he's on the Arteezy, time by jumping in as well, they're going around the right side,
Aegis is gone.
underneath the tower, Ice trying to keep himself alive for seconds, but the damage is too much. As Ice has one ball, flies out with the TP crit, and Arteezy they'll also be able to get away. As IG do buy back there, JT buying back to get back in the fight will allow them to push back the rest of EG.
Fly, keeping Crit alive with the Glimmer Cape and the 4 points in Nature's Attendance. They don't get the kill. He stops the Rolling Thunder immediately. They also needed to use the buyback there on the Bloodseeker. Abed needs to be a bit more careful, you know, how he's zipping in, controlling his mana, because the rest of the team was just not there. They were focusing the other stuff. So Arteezy, he was thinking about, you know, maybe I can get away with a Basher. BKB is a much safer, you know, BKB is a
tower has some radiant shape problems.
Got to build defensive. ISO he's already managed to do so. BKB is going to be done on ISO for the next fight. Will help him a whole lot to what has been some pretty nice turnarounds from Kaka. We're seeing these stunts and X's cause massive problems for each score. And it looks to try and chase on clear the target after target. It's bottom lane IG.
Radiant's bottom tower
Onto the
is
tier
under
2 tower as EG themselves. Not interested in turning up for this fight.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is under
They can take the outpost right now
Radiant's bottom
after taking a tower, Troll. Getting SNY, just need to finish it off. Some status resistance is going to be great against those silences, against Bangalore's Rolling Thunder.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I love the way IG's itemizing. Like, even
Radiant's
Bloodseeker
bottom
is
tower
going
is
for
under attack.
that BKB. Still far away from it, but the 2 cores got it.
Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. So he's wrong.
Good time to jump. Arteezy still 100 gold away from the BKB. Finding the PA now. Pretty huge for them as a lineup. IG back through their jungle. Wi-Fi's already got his hands on Fly.
Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems.
Fly going down. EG won't be happy with Enchantress tanking that movement.
Emo's pretty big this game. Like, he's staying 3k gold ahead of the Storm Spirit. BKB done. ED in a bottle. Like, they want to take this kill. Also has a Grow Bow, so that's going to reduce their magic. Magic resistance with the Sleight of Fist.
See, ISO there immediately spooked. The Atos connects,
Do
BKB
Radiant
gets out
want
of there.
their middle tower to fall?
I mean, IG has the space, pushing on. Another tier 2 tower being taken away from EG.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
Not
fortified.
feeling confident enough to try and charge headfirst into a fight quite yet.
A Storm Spirit without a BKB does not feel comfortable. Jumping the Lion, Lion has a way of protecting himself with the Ghost Scepter. A lot of things on mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Tower's gone. He's not able to make a jump. Looks very scared of IG's cause. Lifeline. Level advantage and a bit too tanky really for Arteezy to commit on.
This is a big power spike for Phantom Assassin. Hitting that level 18, the crit is 450, so that's quite a lot of damage. As a 10-second BKB.
He's going to get in there. The trying to set things up onto JT. Has been ruptured, and he is continuing to bleed out. Look at the disarm off onto Fly, but Crit's down. Double damage on Emo as well as IG. They're ready to try and chase him more. Ice did pop the ghost. Ice, he's trying to get back in there. BKB up, Fly, cracks down target there. The time now, they're trying to find the hex on the wall. Easy, they're blocking down. They managed to get the jump on. He's going to put the BKB up. The Supernova should be successful. He's going to run. He can't get out of range in time. The Supernova from Ellie catches them all.
JT and Gege, the old chat, like without Bangalore, they do not have enough team fight. They cannot match Supernova, which is level 2. That double damage on Ember Spirit dealing a ton of damage, and now Fly, he feels very comfortable going for the high ground.
And they're at least going to get this middle set of racks. No Ice, no RPG. Cannot defend here down the middle lane. Top lane will be very safe still with tier 1s and tier 2 still up. IG able to take the big objective and get out without EG being able to punish them at all.
It's very hard for Pangolier to play into Bloodseeker. Like this Bloodseeker, Beastmaster, Grimstroke, these are hard counters, especially Bloodseeker. Like you can try to buy some time, he uses a roll-up. Also, you need to have a Yule Scepter to have that 2.5 extra seconds to try to buy some time, extra duration. Other than that, like you as a position 4 can't really, you know, itemize. You don't get that much farm to buy a Lotus Orb or the Lincoln Sphere, and I do not see anyone trying to go for the Lotus, that profit, trying to tank up a bit.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Going for the Solar Crest, they need this Storm BKB. They need him to be able to jump the Lion, possibly follow up with the Pangolier Rolling Thunder and just delete it before he can get any spells off.
IG.
For the twins.
Chance of going for his bounty reason. Arcane Rune in the river. The one that Arbet's going to be able to come and grab this. So they make the move over IG.
Here I am.
Stamping the bar, easy. Going to have Paladin. Bit of lifesteal. Staying if you can land the crits in the next fight.
And this item is just so good. You have damage, you have the lifesteal, exactly what Phantom Assassin needs. Fly on the other side. He's found Element Tunic, more attack speed, evasion, move speed. Like Phantom Assassin can't deal with Troll right now, especially because he has like a Basher, so Storm also needs to be very careful. Eventually, Troll will need to buy MKB because you're playing in Phantom Assassin. It's just something that you do not like want to buy straight away, but playing into that high evasion is kind of a must-have to go for it. He's still thinking, you know, he's changing his mind. Do I need to get the Bissell Blade? I lock down the Storm Spirit. I can lock down Pango or a Dead Prophet, or do I need to deal with the Phantom Assassin?
He's going to start things straight away with the jump onto side.
Can't get the BKB on.
They'll bring down the line, but they can't kill the Supernova. They've got to run. RTC is on the turn. The Supernova's just going to go up, hold him in position. RTC can't fight this. He's still full. 3 dead on EG. Over towards the side, they're looking to chase down Arbet, but he's got enough mana to get all the way back to the high ground. Arbet will live. But another fight where Ollie's just able to get these Supernovas off, and EG, they can't deal with them. They don't have anybody to get on top and
No,
put
they
the egg
don't
down.
have that hero that just goes on and kills the egg. They do not have enough attack speed. IG, they go inside the pit. They feel very confident in this game right now. But they have the counters for Pangolier, they have the counters for the Phantom Assassin. The way they itemize, you have a Troll with the Skull Basher against the Storm Spirit going into Abyssal Blade. You just need to get the recipe. This should be 2 towers. EG does not defeat this.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
To that point where it's going to be up to EG's high ground defense. Arbet still scrambling for that BKB. That's so much trouble finishing off before each and every fight that EG have ended up in against IG.
This is a huge lead. Even though it says 9, 10, it feels like a lot more, considering the situation they're in right now. And I love this. I've seen this in the Chinese DPC Season 1. Ember Spirits going for Refresher Orb, refreshing their Fire Remnant, refreshing the BKB. They also bought a gem. Ollie, he loves to buy an earlier gem. Like, they want to get rid of the vision. Choke them, just reduce the amount of farm that EG can get.
And it's absolutely one of those games, Arteezy. Next time, it's got to be the Rapier. Nothing else will cut it at this point. He has to dream big. Will he get the time to get it? Almost feels like they have to at least trade evenly with IG in one more team fight. One more lost fight could lead to IG being able to close this game up.
Arteezy knows what's up. Like, the way we come back into this game, if I land some big crits, use up Divine Rapier, they need a good fight. Like, they still have more than 3 minutes left on that Aegis. Full Abyssal Blade done. Fly can't get a really good jump.
Fine. He held in the blood right hit. Glimmered. G-Emo still more than the illusion. Right, we'll be able to take over. Right, you will back off for now.
It's always tricky to play into Lion. Like, they're not gonna feel comfortable. We've seen what Shaman's position 4 Lions can do. You try to go for a split push. They still have a tier 1 tower on the bottom, so they can easily connect. Someone goes for that one extra wave, you will get punished.
And it really does feel, once that BKB step up, which it is now, in these fights, he has to get this Phoenix. Every single time we're seeing he trying to fight back and pop BKBs, Supernova just puts a stop to the attempt completely. Someone's got to stop Ollie.
They just don't have that hero. Like, Phantom Assassin is not gonna go and try to kill the Egg. Like, she needs to deal with other heroes. And I love this. JT straight into Aghanim Scepter after finishing the Black King bar. Wants to have 1 charge for Pangolier, 1 charge for Phantom Assassin.
Scanning for enemies.
Easy, getting closer to that Divine Rapier. Around 4,000 gold to finish it off.
How many waves is that, would you say?
How many waves? Well, why are you putting me in this spot, though? When, like, I need to do some, like, real math. The other day, I'm watching Titanic, and I was like, man, what was the name of that ship? Titanic.
Look at that. What tower, Jax?
Top lane. Push down to come in from IG. He's got a DD rune. At least the remainder of it to keep pushing on with him. Fly still with the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Lifeline getting low, but he won't mind if he loses that first life. Very cautious about it. But halfway to the Rapier. That really is all eyes at the moment on fine Rapier progression from Arteezy. Is he going to be able to get it before IG come in for the finishing blow?
We're getting closer. Like, what they need to do is survive for another 50 seconds. This is the window of opportunity for the IG to go in, use that Aegis.
Radiant's top tower.
Right. He's going to win the BKB for this one. He's heated up thanks to nature's attendance, and in fact, that's a BKB committed for nothing. Emo won't get the kill.
Dire structures
Rax
are
falling low, and Lifeline is going to be able to get back in, get the job done. Another set of melee Rax is taken away from EG.
Like, Troll is just massive right now. He's completely bonkers. After he gets that MKB, like Phantom Assassin, if he sees Divine Rapier on Phantom Assassin, like, he just goes on her. No doubt about it. Now we're still in the game.
Close, and even when that Rapier's done, you started to see the items for IG's sheer heroes come out Eon Disc. Kaka, so no longer a target that Arteezy will be able to BKB and commit on. IG ought to sort of sit back and chill. Probably just wait for the MKB on the Troll, the next chance at a Roshan.
Like, they're not in a rush,
No.
but, you know, playing against the Phantom Assassin is always a bit tricky. That Divine Rapier, you have a True Strike against the Whirling Axis. Like, you need to be careful. I see Abed queuing up the Aghanim Scepter, still far away from it, but like, one good jump, one crit could make a difference.
That crit is showing. He's out again. Nice work with Fly appearing on the lane. Back to base. So around down here, refresher up done. No. He's gonna get the Rapier, he's gonna get it. Pretty much got it done. Another wave, a sold item. Rapier is going to be in the game. Is it going to be enough? Guys? Of course, by no means does this suddenly turn the game completely on its head.
Yeah, so did we answer your question? How many waves was that? Did you count?
Were you counting?
Yeah, I was not counting. But it took him like 4 or 5 minutes to get it. Chat knew. Chat probably knew.
3 types of people. Those who can count and those who can't.
Dire's courier has been killed. Were you paying attention? You obviously weren't.
I thought of something else. Can't say it, but yeah. Let's. Divine Rapier
save
is
that
done.
for the after hours.
Yeah, I'll save it for you.
All about the timing right now. All about time. Which remind me, because you know I used to work in a club.
You did?
Yeah, I got fired.
Why so?
Didn't put enough hours. Didn't go much better either when I moved over to the calendar factory.
Oh, you have to stop.
I got fired again because you know why?
I know.
I took a day off. Here we go, jump from IG straight away down towards the bottom. They're in onto outside side, outside side. On the BKB, ready for the finger comes out. Outside side into the trees, but Emo's on top of it. Outside side has got Crit, jump onto the high ground with the swipe button on the junction down. Crit will fall. They've both got buybacks available here. Ready to use them as IG's diving in RTZ. Really focused, he's out the blow. Will manage to skip back, and now he's got the buyback. The back, the swipe right, this is going on. Ahmed then has to use the rest of his mana to get out. Kaka jumping in another back. Ahmed's gone. No buyback available on Ahmed.
He needs 200 gold. ISSI's bought back as well. So did Crit. Like IG, they could try to reset. They don't need to go for it. Roche may respawn if it's a fast respawn timer. The problem is, EG, they do not have any vision whatsoever on the map. This earlier gem picked up by Oli. He gave it to Ember Spirit, who was pretty much controlling everything. Spell Prism done on him. Like, Ember Spirit is
Jax thinks
just
Radiant's
out of
bottom
control.
tower is about to fall. Radiant are scanning friends.
I mean, when you play like this, you kind of get away with dropping the question marks in the previous game. 4-0-11, and now outside of the base, they've caught Crit. Emo and Kaka make their jump, and that's a dieback from Crit. They're already moving over. RTZ, he needs help, and he needs it now. He's hiding in the trees, he's going for the TP out, they've got the chains, they're going to be able to put the stop to this game. BKB, still on called out for 10 seconds. RTZ is gone, GG is called, and IG will take game 4. Lacoste, we're going to a game 5.
That's what everyone wants to see. Whenever there's a grand final, there's also high chances of getting that game 5, and it's gonna be a spicy one.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, what a series we've had so far. 2 dominating games from EG that started off. Game 3.